Hey you guys, I'm back with another video. In today's video, I am going to be telling you guys the 7 biggest mistakes we make when trying to grow our natural hair. If you are interested in this video, stay tuned. Okay, so I have my notes right here, and I'm going to give you all my tips and my notes that I have on this page and tell you guys what is stopping you from growing your hair, because it's really not as hard as we may think. A lot of people say, oh, I have 4C hair so it doesn't grow, or I have 4 type hair so it doesn't grow, and that's just not true. It grows, you just can't retain length. So these tips right here will help you retain length. So mistake number 1, you're mimicking everyone's hair routine. So if you are looking on YouTube and you find a girl who washes her hair every 2 weeks, but she may have 3C hair and you have 4B or 4C hair, yeah, I don't really recommend it. You have to know what your hair likes and what it dislikes. So it's best that you kind of test stuff out to see for yourself what your hair likes. You may be the type that has to wash your hair once a week. You may have to wash every 5 days right now. You know, when you start growing your hair, it will not be used to a routine. So if you don't have a routine to your hair, you don't have a hair care routine, your hair will need a routine. And it's not gonna just take to being washed once a week right away. Sometimes you have to work your way up to that. Me personally, I had to work my way up to washing my hair every week. I used to have to wash my hair every 4 to 6 days in the beginning stages because I just couldn't wait a whole week. It would get too dry, it would get matted, like tangled, it would not. And then I was using more products, different products, because I didn't really know what to use. So definitely come up with your own hair care routine. It may help to look at people's hair care routines whose hair is a lot like yours. So yeah, just do some research, see what your hair likes, and do that. Don't just mimic everybody else's hair care routine. Okay, mistake number 2, you're using drying products. It is very important that you look at the ingredients that's in the products that you use for your hair. I like the most natural ingredients as possible, and if you don't know what a word is, you can easily look it up on Google and see what that big long word actually means. But if you want to make sure you don't have alcohols in the products you're using for your hair. So no alcohols, no parabens, no sulfates. Nothing that will be drying to your natural hair, especially if you have 4 type hair, because 4 type hair is a little more delicate. Really, if you're black like I am, your hair in general is more delicate. Your hair can't take as much as other races can. So I remember a lady I knew, she said that she used to use the box dye that was for black people because it was not as harsh on her hair. And that's true. Like, I've noticed, like, when you use hair care products like dyes and stuff that are meant for white people or Asian people or anything like that, a lot of times that stuff ain't for our hair. Like, their hair is stronger than ours. Ours is very weak, it's very fragile. So if you have 4 type hair, which you're probably black if you have 4 type hair, then you shouldn't be using harsh chemicals. You shouldn't be using chemicals, parabens, sulfates, alcohols. You don't need any of that. And if you use it a lot, it can break your hair off, it can dry your hair out, it can make it brittle, and it can damage it in the long run. So you might really want to check what you have in your bathroom, like check what you have in your hair care product cabinet, because some stuff they say is for our hair and it's not. So you definitely want to be aware of that. Okay, mistake number 3, you don't wear protective styles. And this is like a big one. If you are constantly playing in your hair. I've said this before, I feel like if you're constantly playing in your hair, if you are always doing something different to your, I'm not talking about like low manipulation styles. I'm talking about like everyday a high ponytail, or you know, you're not putting anything on your head at night, you're not putting your hair up. Like, you really need to take care of your hair. That's why a lot of celebrities' hair is so long, like Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce. Their hair is so long because they don't touch it. They literally have a wig on 25/8. They never get to touch their hair. They have wigs, braids, everything you can think of, but their hair is not normally down. And when they do wear their hair down, it's normally like, I've seen Cardi B, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I've seen her wear her hair down maybe like twice in a year. Now, you don't have to wear protective styles that much, but your hair can also be a protective style. Like if you style it and leave it alone for like a week, even if it's your natural hair, that can also be considered a protective style. So basically, just leave your hair alone, let it grow, let it do what it does. As long as it's not tangled, matted, or any of that stuff, it will be fine. So yeah, if you don't wear protective styles already, you might want to start wearing protective styles. My hair did not start really growing until I started really wearing protective styles. So mistake number 4, you don't take vitamins, okay? And I'm not talking about just biotin. Biotin is very good for your hair, but you don't take vitamin A, B, C, or D, or you just don't go out in the sun. Your hair does need sun. Your hair does need vitamin D. We get vitamin D from the sun. So if you never have your hair down, you need to be taking vitamin D, because your hair does need the vitamin D that is naturally given to us from the sun. Iron. You need iron as well. Iron helps with your blood count and everything. So you definitely need iron, because if you have good blood flow to your head, then your hair will grow quicker. Well, what will seem like it's quicker, but it will grow healthier. So it's not just biotin. Biotin is good. You can take biotin as well, but these other vitamins, A, B, C, D, and iron, they will help you in other areas along with your hair growth. So you will just be overall healthier than you were before you start taking these vitamins. So definitely take vitamins. If you don't take vitamins, it will definitely help. My hair started growing a ton when I started taking more vitamins, and even now, like, it's grown since I flat ironed it. Like, let me see. It's grown since I flat ironed it a few weeks ago. It's like right there. It's grown a little bit already. And I mean, you may not be able to tell the difference, but the difference is there. It's almost bra strap length. So definitely take your vitamins if you don't. Okay. Number 5, mistake number 5, you're letting all types of fabrics touch your hair. I learned this the hard way last year. So if you have, this is more so if you have longer hair and it's breaking off, or if you have like shorter hair and you wear the hats. I'm gonna put a picture right here somewhere if y'all, so y'all know what I'm talking about. I don't know what kind of hats they are. I don't know what the name of them are, but I see women with those even now. I know it used to be like a 2010 thing, but even in 2023, I still see women with this same hat. No. Okay, the only thing I let touch my hair is satin. Satin, that is it. I don't let anything else, any other fabric touch my hair. Cotton will touch my hair if I'm drying it after washing it, but that's it. Like when it's dry like it is now, cotton is not about to touch my hair. Wool, not about to touch my hair. Wool will break your hair off so bad. And this happened to me last year in 2022. I was starting to grow my hair, and like in the back, my hair had just broke off like that much. It broke off so much. It was so much shorter than the rest of my hair. And I didn't know. I started doing research and I'm like, why is my hair just breaking off in the back? But it was because it had gotten longer. It wasn't this long yet, but it was almost this long. It had gotten longer, and it was rubbing against, it was like wintertime. So it was rubbing against my wool cardigan. It broke my hair completely off in the back. It's been a year now and I've grown it out a little longer than it was since I cut it, but I cut a couple inches off. So definitely keep your hair from touching any and every fabric, okay? I would suggest you only let your hair touch cotton when you're drying it after a wash day or something. And other than that, only let satin touch your hair, because it gives it slip, it doesn't snag. Wool, it can snag on the wool. It also causes extra fairy knots, if you didn't know. So if you do have longer hair, or your hair is just touching something, like if you have like a turtleneck on and it's wool or something, or it's cotton, make sure you wear an updo or something so your hair doesn't touch it, because trust and believe, it will break your hair off, okay? So don't let your hair touch any and every fabric. Mistake number 6, you're not letting your hair rest. And this is a big one, because some people will take what I say about the protective styles and they will non-stop wear protective style, protective style, protective style, protective style. And you're not really giving your hair a chance to breathe. You're not really giving it a break. Or if you don't really wear like wigs like I do, or weaves or braids or anything, you constantly keep putting it up. Like if you put it up in tight ponytails all the time, like every day, like that is not good for your hair. It will pull your hair out. It will make your hair break off. It is just not good for your hair. So let your hair rest. Don't style it back to back to back to back to back. Like a few days ago, I wore 2 pigtails. Then I wore 2 pigtails, half up, half down, but 2 pigtails. Then I left it alone. I let it down for a day or 2. Then after that, I put all of it up. You know, you want to just kind of change it up a little bit, but make sure the hairstyles that you're choosing to wear are not pulling on the same spots that are sore. Like me, I know for me, when my hair is up for too long, wherever I have it up, it will be really sore. And that's how I know my hair needs a break. I can't do this again. So when I had it up in 2 pigtails, I had I'll find a picture and put it here somewhere. But I had like a swoop on the side, and right in the front, it was so sore to the touch, and it was sore for like 2-3 days. So definitely be careful with protective styling your hair back to back to back to back to back to back to back, because you don't want it to pull on your hair too much. You don't want to pull it out or make it break off or make it weak or brittle or anything like that. Excuse me. And mistake number 7, you're not moisturizing frequently enough. Y'all, my hair has to be moisturized. Now, when I first started my natural hair journey after my dreadlocks, after I cut all my hair off, when I first started my natural hair journey again, then my hair had to be moisturized every 2 to 4 days. Every 2 to 4 days, I had to moisturize my hair, do the process all over again. Now, I've worked my way up to once a week. I can style my hair, do my hair once a week, put it up every night, let it down in the daytime, put it back up at night, and I don't have to touch it again until wash day. So you have to work yourself up to that. I definitely had to work myself up to that, because if you don't work yourself up to it, you're not going to just be able to go from barely ever moisturizing your hair to only being able to moisturize it once a week because it's all of a sudden trained after a week. It just doesn't work like that. You have to work yourself up to moisturize your hair once a week. Otherwise, you're gonna have to do it a couple times a week in the beginning. If you don't really take care of your natural hair, you always have a wig on, you always have braids in, you neglect it a lot, you're gonna have to wash your hair every few days and moisturize your hair every few days. 9 times out of 10, that's what's gonna happen. Now, what worked for me may not work for you. So you may not have to do it every 2 days. You may have to do it every 6 or every 5, or hell, you might have to do it every day in the beginning. It depends on how neglected your hair is. Also, it depends on how much water you drink. The more water you drink, the more moisturized your hair will become. Our bodies is like 70% water. So you definitely have to drink water for it to grow and for it to be moisturized. Water moisturizes, and that's what your hair needs. Your hair needs water. So I hope these tips were helpful for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.